You are listening to another episode of The Real Podcasters, the show where we like to talk all things movies, TV shows, video games, and a bunch of other things in no particular order. My name's Regan, as ever, and I'm joined once again by my absolute ravenous rabbit of a co-host. It's Dan.
Greetings, you gorgonzola, guzzling, bucktooth ninny.
I mean, like, you got, like, the cheese bit right.
This time. I came prepared this time. Yeah.
You absolutely did. Welcome along, everyone, to episode 131 of The Real Podcasters. This is actually 131, technically 132. The last one got cancelled because Regan's audio died.
Which is a shame because we had a lot of fun talking about visual plastic dinosaurs building Lego.
We did, and now you will never know it. Or at least for a year. I'm definitely not recording that again anytime soon.
We'll just wait until like its next anniversary.
We will,
which
yes.
Is, like another 10 years.
Exactly, yes. So we are going to be covering another anniversary on this week's episode. Wasn't the initial plan, to say the least, but it just sort of happened. The 2025 is the 20th anniversary of Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. We're back talking about childhood.
It's mental that it's 20. It really does not feel like it was 20 years ago.
Yeah, I kind of forget, because I kept on thinking for a couple of years that this was the last Wallace and Gromit related thing until Vengeance Most Foul last year, which I've now just decided we'll do that one for the end of this year, because my God, do I really want to talk about that one again. I adore that one, but anyway.
Did you talk about it before?
Nope.
Or did we not? I don't think we have.
No, we haven't.
Okay, well.
Well, it is, because I'd never actually bothered to sort of see your feelings on Wallace and Gromit overall. I assumed it was just going to be like me and my girlfriend's thing, and then you suddenly realise, oh yeah, I absolutely love Wallace and Gromit. I'm like, great, that's just really useful. I really wish I knew this a couple of years ago. Just like the things you learn. But yes, we're going to be talking about The Curse of the Were-Rabbits, but we'll kick things off because of the fact I didn't realise this. He was a fan. I'd like to know your sort of history with Wallace and Gromit. When did you start watching it, as well as this movie?
Oh, bloody hell. Christ, since I can remember, really. Since the good old days of VHS, actually. I had a few on VHS. I think there was definitely The Wrong Trousers. Definitely had that. There was Close Shave. Definitely had. And I love them, to be honest. I think they're kind of ideal films to put on around Christmas time, I think, because they're just nice. I guess they're not particularly like festive, but they just, I don't know, they have a good vibe to them on Christmas.
It's a feeling,
I suppose. Yeah, like a jolly feeling, I suppose. Yeah, I've always been saying that The Wrong Trousers was always my favorite, even though the little penguin scared the bejesus out of me as a kid. He's so menacing. Like it is just unbelievably menacing. Like he's just emotionless. He's like the Michael Myers of Wallace and Gromit. He just stands at windows so emotionless.
Oh God, yeah, he is. And speaking of someone who has literally just spent 4 days watching a bunch of Halloween movies, I can absolutely see that. I didn't realise that.
Yeah,
you made it even worse.
Instead of like the mask, though, he's obviously just got the little like rubber glove on top of his head. I guess that's his like signature appeal.
I'm gonna make that as an image of just Michael Myers with just like a glove on his head.
Yeah, with like a glove on his head.
Yeah.
God. Yeah. And when I got to Curse of the Were-Rabbit, I think I had it on DVD. I've only ever watched it a couple of times. And I mean, a recent rewatch of it shows how long ago it was, because I was pretty much laughing all the way through it, which is great to do after so long.
There's something about Wallace and Gromit for me, because I mean, in terms of my history, I didn't get to it until literally like a couple of years ago.
Really?
No, I didn't touch it. I've got more nostalgia for Shaun the Sheep than I do Wallace and Gromit, which made me...
God damn.
It made me feel unbelievably thick when I didn't realise that they're both the same studio and the same universe. When it got to A Close Shave, and bloody Shaun the Sheep rocks up, and I remember just pausing it, thinking,
Hold on a minute.
surely not. So then obviously it is. Like,
Yeah.
like I did feel really, really thick. But my girlfriend is an absolutely massive fan of Wallace and Gromit. We ended up going to the Cartoon Museum in London. I think it was last year or the year before, and they had a exhibition on for the anniversary of the Wrong Trousers. So they had the original props. You could see little Feathers McGraw stuck in his little bottle. It looks absolutely beautiful. Like, it looks so good. And I just didn't realize how much I actually really loved this entire franchise. I mean, we both sat through Vengeance Most Foul on Christmas Day last year, absolutely wetting ourselves at it.
I think that was the highlight of my Christmas last year, just sitting and watching.
Yeah, it was only a couple of years ago when I saw Curse of the Were-Rabbit for the first time. So I'd done well to avoid any like major like plot details at all.
Spoilers, given it's like
20 years old
later as well. That's mental. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously, spoilers for those who haven't seen. Well, Curse of the Were-Rabbit obviously will delve into most of it. But I just utterly adored it. I thought it was one of the. I think I labelled it one of the best animated movies I'd seen in years. And seeing it on the big screen back in May this year was an absolute treat and a half. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
I'll talk more at the end as to which Wallace and Gromit story I prefer. I have technically already referenced it, but we'll get to it. But otherwise, talking a little bit about the production of Curse of the Were-Rabbit. So it was announced after the success of Chicken Run, which I've never been the biggest fan of Chicken Run, to be honest. I think I have only just seen it once, and I haven't seen the sequel.
I tell you, it's very dark as an adult when you watch it now, compared to when you watch it as a kid. It is pretty dark, actually.
Yeah, I've definitely read a bit and then realised, oh my god, okay, there's actually a lot more here than I remember. So I might have to watch it again at some point. I mean, there's a few Aardman stuff I haven't watched. Like, there's Early Man I didn't watch, mostly because it's football related. So it's like, I'm getting a glare. Wait, no we haven't. No we haven't. We definitely haven't. But yeah, so the idea of doing a Wallace and Gromit film after the success of Chicken Run, there was also a Tortoise and Hare movie that they announced, but that just got cancelled.
Yeah.
So this was a collaboration between Aardman and DreamWorks, of course, a big American company. So naturally, immediately, there's a couple of clashes, and that was from the start all the way to the end. I'm assuming you probably know quite a bit about this.
Yeah, well, most notably that DreamWorks were more interested in making it a bit more contemporary to American audience. I mean, it's DreamWorks, you know. So, but I don't really think there's a lot. I think it's still got a good British charm to it.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely wanted to sanitize it a bit in places. I mean, the original name was The Great Vegetable Plot. So it was DreamWorks that said, oh no, can you make it something else? So they went with The Curse of the Were-Rabbit instead.
Yeah, which is just an impeccable title.
Yeah, to be honest, both work really nicely. I do like the wordplay of The Great Vegetable Plot. That sounds very, very British. But yeah, as ever with a production like Aardman, it took years to do. In this case, about 5 years in total. And apparently they're only getting like 3 seconds of usable film every single day. Which, that would drive me up the wall, frankly. I would have just given up. Just like, no, never mind.
Good grief.
I'll do it in Lego form instead. So I mean, even the sequence where Wallace first transforms into the Were-Rabbit apparently took a year to film. I'm like, yeah, of course it did.
Good lord.
But good lord, was it worth it in the end?
Did they just apply like every little fine hair?
Every little fine hair and every little like thumbprint on the clay and everything. And that's something because claymation as a format took me a long time to actually really appreciate. I think again because I didn't go into Wallace and Gromit until significantly later. So like my sort of nostalgia for animation is more of your 2Ds and your 3Ds.
Haven't done like a animation module studying at college.
Yes, we did.
We had to do like this
this like claymation animation. I think it was for like a skit, like you had to make like a Skittles advert, and you could choose to do it in a variety of animating forms. And I did mine in claymation. I tell you, it makes you appreciate the patience that you have to have for such a craft. Is it's really got no bounds.
No, it's
like if you have to move it just so delicately to take a picture, like the minest of movements, and you have to just take every single picture.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it just looks too sporadic.
Yes, exactly, and it just looks.
So it made me appreciate films like Wallace and Gromit, thinking I'd be sick of my life after about 15 minutes.
I was about to say, well, 15 minutes is being generous for me. I'm going to go with 5. Just like, nope. So I'm honestly quite shocked. I mean, I don't know if DreamWorks attempted this, but I wouldn't be shocked if they tried to push to make it like digital claymation instead of like actual. Because for them, they're probably thinking, well, we can make it a little bit quicker. That's definitely how it would be, how it would have been done now, I think. If
but then
it was the same.
You'd lose a lot of its charm. I mean, like it's been done the practical way since the first ever Wallace and Gromit. Like, why change it now?
No, exactly. And it retains everything that you love about Wallace and Gromit, like right down to the look, and the characters as well. Like, I just love Wallace and Gromit together. They're just like the perfect pairing of characters, frankly. They're absolutely brilliant. Yeah, obviously you've got quite a stacked voice cast as well, which such a good... Well, okay, the first one that I didn't realise, because I'd kind of forgotten this, was Peter Kay, of all people, as
the police constable.
Yeah, I didn't... I'd kind of completely forgotten, because I think it was a couple of years when I first watched this before seeing the one last year. So I'd completely forgotten that Macintosh was in both this and Vengeance Most Foul, so I ended up just laughing really hard when he popped up again. I was like, oh, right, okay, we're doing that. I forgot about him. But even, like, Ralph Fiennes and Helena Bonham Carter, of all people, like, it's just such a nice British cast as well. Like, it doesn't feel...
It is. It's wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, you've got Peter Sallis as well as Wallace. This, I believe, is his second to last appearance as Wallace. Because I know after this is A Matter of Life and Death. But I know I'm sure there's some little TV skits with Wallace and Gromit. I think we watched them a couple of years ago, where it's like Curious Inventions or something like that. So I'm not sure if...
Oh, yeah.
So I can't remember if Sallis did that, because of course we've now got Ben Whithead as the voice of Wallace for future appearances, who does a cracking job. That's the one time I'm going to make that little joke.
Right.
I'm getting a shaking of the head. Get in, yay.
You know, I've seriously got like a little tick list right here of just how many times he references Kraken.
Okay, and how many times is that?
Once so far.
Yeah. Kraken. There you go, there's 2.
Twice.
So instead of a swear jar, it's a Kraken pot.
Yeah.
Brilliant. But yeah, I mean, like I said, these characters, they feel exactly like what we saw in the short films, but work so well on the big screen as well. Like, just as an adventure, it's suitably over the top, but considering the kind of homages it's doing, that being to like old school.
Do you know what it is? Like, I just love how they've managed to make it like this sort of like a spoof on like a classic monster movie.
Mm-hmm. But
like I mean, you think back to like, I mean, you know, like the 50s, and you've got like Godzilla, you've got loads. You've got like even like the really low budget ones where they shot like tarantulas and they
just scale it
like
up.
Invasion of the Ants and that. Yeah, scale them up and stuff like that. But it's just like, it's a homage to it, and I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so bloody funny.
But I think as well, as to make it even more quintessentially British, you've got a monster that's well. I think even Aardman was saying this. They wanted to make a vegetarian monster movie, and it's absolutely that, because he's just eating carrots for the entire movie. It's not like you're not eating people.
Yeah, that's even more funny.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, you think of like Jurassic Park, all the big dinosaurs eat people. Now you've just got a giant rabbit just terrorizing the town for vegetables.
Yeah, no, exactly. And because of the fact that I'd steered away from like any and all plot details, like going into seeing it for the first time, obviously the twist, the giant were rabbits, because I think I'd seen little like clips and images here and there, and I think my idea was that the were rabbit wasn't actually real, because I think I'd seen the clip of them building the giant facade were rabbit to sort of lure us away. So I think in my head I thought, okay, so it's just that for the entire film, which that would have been fine. That feels nice and quirky and exactly what this franchise is. And then it decides, no, actually no, we're going to make this a monster movie, and Wallace is actually going to be the rabbit.
It's the reveal of it as well. Like he just comes down from his bed invention, and then he's got huge ears.
Yeah, I remember looking at that and thinking, oh, so this is what we're doing.
Yeah. Mind, I must say that the transformation when you see it for the first time is brilliant as well. And that must have been painstakingly difficult to animate.
I can imagine the very second they finished the final frame, they went straight to the pub and just stayed there.
Yeah. I think even like the sound for it as well, like when when he's transforming and the little bunny tail, and it's just like a spring going boing.
Yeah.
It just pops, and that had me ill, not gonna lie. It was just so unexpected. Like, it was just this really like cartoonish spring sound.
Yeah, but it works so well though, and it's like it's the kind of thing where, I mean, like, Wallace Gromit has gone out there before. I mean, hell, literally their very first one, they go to the moon, which always make
cheese.
Yeah. Oh yeah, obviously, yeah.
To dispel the myth that the moon is actually made of cheese.
Exactly. But then I suppose, the sequel then has like a psychotic penguin that isn't the penguin, funnily enough.
Yeah.
And then you've got the absolute trauma of a close shave with with the dog.
I can't remember what the dog's called, but I feel like it's something like dead intimidating.
Yeah, very. It's probably like Tim or something like that.
Yeah. I remember that scared me stiff as a kid when it actually turns out he's a robot.
Yeah, it's like, Terminator? Interesting.
Yeah, like, honestly, it's a proper Terminator vibe, man.
Yeah.
Scary as hell.
So, in a way, actually, them deciding, let's just make a monster movie actually feels right in line with this franchise, where it's like, yeah, we can just do that. It's absolutely fine. And it works.
We've gone out of the way to make wacky stuff before. Let's do it again.
Exactly. And I think it's an absolutely terrific story. And even, like, the third act, with Wallace as the were-rabbit, just terrorizing the fair, it's just so fun, to be honest. Like, it really is.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to like in this film. I think, as I said before, from start to finish, I was just buckled, because I forgot like how great the humor is in this film. I mean, even I was stupidly ill. Like, I think it's not even like 5 minutes into the film, but when they get a call out because they're obviously pest controllers, and the aim of their job is to rid the town of rabbits in a humane way. And they capture a rabbit, and it ends up getting this like poor old woman's teeth stuck in its gob, and it smiles. I was on the floor, man, and I had a drink in my hand, and I'm surprised it didn't go all over me. I was ill.
There is a lot of the humor in this that just
it's even like just all of the characters. I mean, like, it's like the bloody police constable when they're in the church and he just takes off the hat and the massive head.
This was arson.
Yeah.
That one I think had me like.
Clock on that the first time I ever watched that, but then again I was a kid. This was arson. Somebody's arson. It's like, or even bloody Helen Bonham Carter's role as Totty. when she gets close to Wallace, and she's like, "Please call me Totty." I'm like, oh god. So good, man.
I'm just.
Why is it that Victor Quartermain really gives off Nigel Farage energy now.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
We promised we weren't going to get political in these things, Dan, and yeah, here we go. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So
like,
he's even more
just...
of a villain now. Brilliant.
Yeah, exactly.
how
I'm
we
just
think.
thinking, yeah, you're just like the claymation version of this guy.
Bugger.
Yeah, you just can't unsee it now, can you?
No, it's going to be tough to watch this again thinking, oh, no. Which I suppose when you...
I need to pay. Oh, grand, we take check or cash. No, my wig. It's so good, man. Yeah, honestly, the stims that I have unlocked from this film will never go away.
I'm just picturing, I would like to have been in the room with, like, the rough edit of this film. With all of the the American producers being like,
yeah,
I don't get this line or this line or this line. I don't understand any of this. It's like, that's because it's funny. DreamWorks.
Like when they're doing like a table recording or something like that. I don't know how they could do it seriously. I'd be on the floor laughing.
No, absolutely. And it's, I know we're taking the mick out of DreamWorks quite a bit, but then they've got Shrek and How to Train Your Dragon, so I'll give them that. Those are top tier, not the remake. Funnily enough,
but it's the fact that, like, do you know what I really appreciate about the film is obviously when they use the mind or manipulation gadget. Which is like straight out of a Frankenstein movie, his inventions.
Yeah.
I love it. And his own creation makes a rabbit version of Wallace. I totally forgot about Hutch, man.
Yeah, I also completely forgot about Hutch. I was like, oh yeah, ooh, this is weird.
Yeah. And he just becomes more human as the film goes on. It's so weird.
But then, because it's like all seems lost, and then all of a sudden, actually, we have another Wallace that we can use.
I think the bit that gets me all the time is when...
Jeez.
I mean, yes, absolutely, but when it's like towards the last bit of the film and they have to basically rush to the fairground, and Hutch is driving the car and he just slams into a cheese tent. And he just comes out the window, cracking job, lad. I was just done.
No, it's like I had completely forgotten about that bit, but then it's just because there's just so many jokes in this that it's just like constant. It's exactly like, for me, it's exactly like when watching Lego Batman. It's exactly the same scenario where it's like, it's a joke every 5 or 6 seconds, and it's like you would run the risk of it being just a bit too much, but it absolutely earns it. It's such a good movie. It's stupidly good.
I think even the bit with Gromit and Victor's feral dog on the little plane chase, and they have to temporarily stop, and he opens up like this little flowery purse, and it's just like daft things like that,
And he's just being just like completely judged by his dog, just like, right,
yeah.
I'm actually attached to this guy. I mean, what's like your favourite moments from this? I mean, I feel like we've probably covered them already because, quite frankly, it's a fairly long list.
I'd probably say the first time where Victor sort of uncovers that Wallace is the actual were-rabbit, and he basically does what like all the werewolf horror films do, and go see the Holy One for a bullet. I even like the stupid dad joke that he says.
Oh, I'm gonna have to be reminded.
It's like
of that
like it's 14 carrot. Yeah. It's ridiculous, man.
We shouldn't be laughing at that, and yet somehow we are. Just like, how dare
honestly, you? It just shows what my humour's like, isn't it? Really does. But No, I think picking favourite moments it's obviously the stuff with the were-rabbit, and I think even the last bit where it kind of pulls an American werewolf in London, where he reverts form, you think he's dead, and just get like the stinkiest bit of cheese ever, and boom.
I do actually really love that. That's how he's saved. It's just from rotting cheese. Just like,
Yeah, like there's no like CPR involved. Like I can, you know how you get like the defibrillator boxes on buildings in case somebody has like a heart condition. I can imagine just in his house, it's just like a little box with like the rankest smelling cheese in it, in case of emergency break.
yeah. And I think as well, especially with that entire scene, because that's definitely one of my favorites as well. Is I forget how like emotional these like stories can get.
Oh yeah, I mean like God, the first time I watched it, I was welling up.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure we were as well. Exactly the same as what happened with Vengeance last year. Talk about that at Christmas, it's fine. Because, yeah, of the two, because now we technically have two feature-length Wallace and Gromit movies, I'm still inclined to think that Vengeance might actually be my favourite of the two. I mean, they're both amazing movies, but I think the experience of watching Vengeance for the first time, I'm seeing Vengeance as if it's like about Batman. I'm just realising it's Vengeance. Oh, it's just Batman in Yorkshire.
Batman.
Hey, look, it's that Vengeance, lad. It's actually Dogman instead.
A very different version of Batman, wouldn't it?
I mean, like, I'm not saying it'd be better than some of the modern ones. That actually is what I'm saying.
But it'd be better.
but it would be better. Yeah, I mean, like I say, well, I'd be quite happy to cover Vengeance Most Foul. It was like the last episode of this year, because I do need to rewatch it again, and I'm pretty sure that we absolutely will pretty close to Christmas anyway.
I mean, I've only ever saw it once, and again, it was just at Christmas time. I've never rewatched it, I don't think. I'd surely remember if I rewatched it.
Let's just say that when we do eventually rewatch it, it'll probably be the most rewatched film I've watched in 2025, because I've only watched it twice this year. I think we might have watched it either on the 1st or the 2nd of January, and then not too long after again. I was just like, this is going to get watched a lot.
Well, actually, do you know what it is? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm sure I have rewatched it with my partner, but it was well after Christmas. I think it was like January time, it must have been. Because I definitely remember rewatching it just after Christmas as well.
But yeah, we'll definitely cover Vengeance Most Foul towards the end of this year as we wrap up our thoughts on. Like I say, I still think one of the best animated movies, just like at least of the 21st century, to be honest. It's just absolutely perfect as a movie. So that is our thoughts on Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Dan's already cheating, I can imagine. He's already loading up the schedule because he doesn't want to be terrified again.
I'm actively trying to remember without looking, but...
And it's too late and he's already looking. You little cheat.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Where is it?
You're fine? Oh, there we go. He's back on there. This is rubbish for, like, anyone who's just listening to this.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah. Yeah, we've got a new Predator film coming out in November, so I felt like we did cover Prey back in 2022. I'm sure that's going to get rewatched this month. It's probably classified as a horror film, almost. But we are going to cover the previous Predator movie that was released this year, straight to streaming, sadly. We'll be taking a look at Predator Killer of Killers for its 3-4 month anniversary. Really scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to the numbers.
Nice try.
No, exactly. So we'll be back very soon for our thoughts on Predator Killer of Killers, so look forward to that, and until then, it is goodbye from Dan.
Ta-ra.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.